Okay, this is the cannon collection and the toy collection, and I'm just going to go down the wall here and kind of go through everything a little bit. Here's Hotchkiss shell heads, I guess. I don't know what you call them. Tips of the shells. Hotchkiss, and it says patent in Paris. There's 10 of those in here with the box. This next case here has just got several miscellaneous model cannons, and there's some stirrups there, probably World War I military stirrups. And then up here is a nice print of flag of freedom. Next case over here, got some small model cannons, toy cannons, and some more iron cannons and
mortars.
And yeah, and then mortars too. Let's see, there's some more pictures up here, and then over here this case has some wooden cannons, it looks like. And then more miscellaneous cannons over here, and I think those are reproduction banks. I looked them up earlier. I don't think they're real.
Carbide cannons.
Yep, carbide cannons and some more mortars. And then up here there's some really neat military prints. This one says over the top, and this one up here says, well, it doesn't have anything, it doesn't say anything, and then below it is Playtime Soldiers on Parade. Looks like a paper doll book. Okay, over here on the floor we've got a few cannons, and then some artillery slide rules to measure your charge at different lengths. And over here is a gunpowder canister. A little bigger cannon back there, model cannon. And then in this case here is a whole bunch of old toys and their boxes. Most of those boxes in there right now are empty, but I'm sure we've got the toys to match the boxes. We just have to match them up from the cases that they're in and put them in the right boxes. But you can see, if you look close up here, there's some Britain's boxes, Astra boxes, all kinds of collectible toys that are valuable. Okay, let's see what's up on top of the case here. Just some more. There's a newer Britain's limited, I think that's 1976 set. Some other pieces up here. You can see pictures of the astronauts up here. And then let's see, there's more carbide cannons and more of those slide rule measurement pieces. And then in this case here, several of the smaller collectible toys. You can just go through those real quick, but they're really small, highly detailed older toys. There's some shotgun shells in the back. There's a nice Winchester Ranger box with a dog on the box back there with some shells in it. And then there's other cannon pieces here. And some more toys, metal toys there. And then down here is a case, display case of a bunch of old military toys.
Pot metal castings.
Oh yeah. Okay, here we move on to a few shells here. And let's see, there's some here up on top here, on top of this shelf. And it's an old print of I don't know, I guess that's Spanish or Italian, I don't know. Anyway, moving on to this case here. There's some toy collectibles up in here with some original boxes. And then up here there's a few more toys, but there's also some more memorabilia. And there's some old hat pins. I did some research on all of these pins here. This style was only in production, I guess you could say, for about 3 years, around 1905, somewhere in that area, 1905 to 1907. And don't know much about pricing on it, but that's the research I found on that particular style of artillery insignia. And then in the corner here is carriage gun plates that identifies the guns. See, carriage gun 37mm on the bottom, M4, and then top it says number 14, model of 1895, Watertown Arsenal, 1897. Let's see, up here we've got a few more artillery buttons loose. Oh, and then there's some Civil War bullets
Mini balls.
and mini balls, and a pack of fuses, which is kind of neat. And then just some miscellaneous stuff up here on the top shelf, and some other clock and a couple other things up here. And then let's see, this case up here, just a few other pieces. I don't think there's anything significant in there that I'm aware of. There might be. And then this is a blasting machine here. Kind of interesting. And then some more wooden cannons, other model type cannons made out of wood. Down here more of the same. Okay, I'm gonna stop it right here. Okay, here's some more. Here's some brass signal cannons. The 4 here in the front are all strong cannons, 4 different sizes. Let me go down here and we'll look at them a little closer. I'm not sure if everything's here that's supposed to be here or not, but you guys collect these. You guys know more about them than I do. Let's see, here's another size here. And then here yet another size. And then this one is on cast wheels, which is pretty interesting. Let me turn this around. See, in there it says Strong FA Company. Okay, and then behind this stuff is an old Casey Jones Cannonball Express number 9 pedal car. Looks to be in really excellent shape. I did some research online. It's missing the bell and the hood ornament here on the hood, but other than that, it looks like in perfect shape.
Repainted.
Yeah, it looks like it's probably been repainted, but it's probably worth, from the research I did online, probably $200 or $300 or more, depending on, you know, repainting it, if that value diminishes that or not. I don't know. And then in front of it here is this, on a tripod, is these binoculars here that appear to be, I don't know if they're foxhole sights or what they're for exactly, but I think I saw them called rabbit ears online, but I don't know if this is the same thing that they call rabbit ears or not.
Show that brass cannon behind it.
Up here on the shelf is another brass cannon that looks pretty neat. Let's see, in this case here, looks like some paperweights and some commemorative type coins, cannonballs, decanters and stuff. With, let's see, there's some cannonballs in there, and some plates and some steins on the bottom shelf.
Stick it through here.
Trying to get the best shot possible with all this stuff in the way, but that's what's on that shelf. There's another shell here with a bunch of writing on it. It's kind of neat. There's just shells everywhere in this collection that you just see, like right here on top of the case, some shells. And then inside of here, I don't know, looks like to be some old army men in there.
Cannon fuses there, those little things on the shelf.
Oh, those are cannon fuses. Okay. Looks like a big bang, or a bang atomic cannon in the back with an original package. 49 cents it says. It's kind of neat. And then there's some more toys, cannons, a tank in there, and then just some other wine, looks like decanters in here. Okay, I'm gonna turn that. Okay, out in front here are all the little cannons, signal cannons and marble cannons and whatnot that have been laying on the floor that you saw in my pictures. We just found 3 of these Young America marble cannons, which are pretty interesting. You put marbles in the top, and they all say Young America Rapid Fire. And then this one doesn't have a patent date on it, and maybe it's before the patent date, but the other 2 have a patent date in 1907 on them. That one there, see, it says patent February 19th, 07. And I don't know if there's anything else significant in this collection, but there are some neat brass and cast cannons here of all types, seems like. Going all the way back there. Before we go back there, let me go back and get this case up here.
Oh yeah.
In the corner, there's a corner shelf. Let's see. A couple different things in there. Some toy soldiers. A little lighter, looks like, in that case with a cannon on it. And a clock with some cannon barrels and balls. And I guess that's a lighter too in there. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Prints, different prints and frames. Another Astra toy out here. An artillery patch. Looks like, I don't know if that's something where your son was at war and you put that out in your window or what that was. Here's a brick. It says Malvern Hill, July 1st, 1862. It's kind of a neat brick with a cannon on it. And then over here is another Astra, or I guess this is Britain's, I guess. It's not Astra. Let's see here. And then down here, a closer up look at some of the rest of these cannons that were down in this area. And then back here in the corner is some more shells. And casings. And this was a lamp, of course, big one. Okay, here is some of the toys in the collection. There are some dinky pieces here on this shelf. And then up here is a whole bunch of small barrels, a couple of Winchesters, and this is where I found the brown barrel. I pulled it out. We'll take a separate picture of it later. But I don't know if there's any gems in here or not that you might be interested in. This was kind of interesting. We were just talking about. Has some I don't know if that's Chinese or Japanese writing or if it's just mark scratch or what, but it's an interesting little hand. Looks like a handheld cannon barrel. And here's some kind of a spear arrow in here. All kinds of neat stuff here. Well, here's a little engraving on this one. No special maker's mark, I guess. But pretty interesting. Next shelf. All kinds of neat stuff here. More cannons, more military toys, and up here we've got a Mark's tank, little army boat, some other anti-aircraft and jeeps. And then on the top shelf over here is U.S. Mobile Guided Missile Squadron. I think there's two of these in the collection. There's one in another place we'll take a picture of later. And then there's another Army, metal Army gun with a little helicopter. It's pretty neat. And then back here is a Mark's anti-aircraft piece from the 60s. We have an original box for it on the floor over there. And it has about, I think, 5 or 6 missiles. I can't remember the number, but they go in there and it's battery powered. The dry cylinder here. It's really neat. Turns all different directions and fires 30 feet across the room. Okay. Now we're going to go into the display cases behind them. Later on we'll go in front of the glass and show all the cases. But here is kind of some Civil War memorabilia, some just artillery memorabilia. A whole bunch of shells here. Cannonball size or gauge, other type shells. He's got other timers, timer fuses, a whole bunch of different things back in here, different gauges and ashtrays. Okay, and some other pieces, another toy in here. Not sure what that is. Here's a tool bag from Texas. It says an artillery sign on it, some kind of Texas unit. It says US 49. There's nothing inside it. We have opened them. There's no tools inside or anything. Let's slide this over. the other half. More shells and more cannon sizers and cannon wheel hubs and ashtrays made out of everything you can think of. This box here is empty. Let's see, another tool bag here. It says spare parts and tool roll, 75mm howitzer with leather straps. That's pretty neat. And then this is says US 12-pounder gun. I'm guessing that's some kind of a powder sack of some kind for the 12-pounder gun. And then there's a bronze or brass plate here, 40mm carriage. And then up here on top of the case, another tin cannon toy. He has it marked Tin Toy Cannon USA from circa 1875. Very rare. Listed on there. And then here's an interesting gun called the Taylor Fur Getter. You would screw this into a block of wood or a log of some kind out in the woods to get your